Hello again, and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is Jesse, and believe it or not, I am back. It is Illegally Cited, and we are back for another VR video because I now have a MetaQuest 3, and I can cover VR games and experiences again. Unfortunately, I'm not able to cover and show you the screen reader that is now in the MetaQuests as of a recent update. I did try recording a video about that. However, I found that it does not record the screen reader. If I go into an app, it seems to record that fine. So I'm able to show you apps and games as we used to before. But unfortunately, I cannot show you the screen reader by directly recording the video. But instead, we are going to look at a game that I have very much loved on the flat screen and have played way too many hours over the past few years it's been out. PowerWash Simulator VR. Yes, there is a VR version of it. Shout out to Chris for picking up that title for me, along with getting me the quest. So, yeah, like I said, we did a little bit of a trade earlier, and I gave him the X-Real glasses, and I got a Quest 3 out of the gig. So, yeah, let's take a look at it here. Before I do that, I just want to show you, even though I can't show you the screen reader, you see we're looking at my pass-through. We're looking at my living room right now. I'm sitting on the couch, and God, I wish you could hear the screen reader because the voice is actually not bad. But what's nice, compared to when I was able to cover the Rift and the Quest earlier, they've done some nice things to the interface to where traditionally a lot of the stuff was like it was pinned and you really couldn't do much with it. But now it's pretty easy to like undock things, and I can just move them around in free space. Because you notice it's docked, and if I get close to it, it gets blurry. But if I grab it, if I can take my hand here and it glows, now I can pull this closer to me, and it counts as undocked. So what that means is now I can look at that. I can get up close. I can get right up in the text. And it's funny because they, in addition to the screen reader, they have text size options, and they say that is largest, which I contend is a bunch of bull honky, but there you go. So between the screen reader and being able to undock things, doing things in the headset is at least a fair bit more possible than it used to be. So let's go ahead and enough of the... There we go. Okay, we got to get my... There we go, our cursor here. Okay, we're going to get a little power wash. There we go. This should start up here. Here we go. That looks mighty familiar. Yeah. And there are really cool things that I like about this. Even like there are things I like about the flat screen version, but there are also some things I really like about the VR version. So right now I'm sitting on my couch in my living room, and you can play this seated pretty comfortably. It's not bad at all. We are in our garage. We got our menu up here. Now, thankfully, Chris had told me, gave me a couple tips for this, and very much appreciated. So once you get into a job, once you start power wash, you start cleaning something, the menus, like a lot of the dialog boxes that pop up, like for your tablet and everything, are very inaccessible. They're very small. I mean, the text is very small. It's far away. But if you want to use like the shop to buy more equipment, or you want to adjust some settings or look around, whatever, as long as you do that before you go into a job, if I stand up here, I can literally, wow, okay, there's a chair in front of me in real life and I stub my toe. Fantastic. But you see, I can get right up in there And I can, oh, there's my tutorial. There's my power wash. What if I walk over here and not try to stub my toe again? There's my shop, my setting, or, okay, that's a Discord, I think. What is that? Oh no, that's a quote thingy. Okay, so I've got a few stars. I got some money. So let's go ahead and choose a job. And we're gonna, so we don't need the tutorial. We're gonna do our, again, I can get up close. We got our career mode on the left. There's our van. We got our side jobs. We got free play. Oh yeah, challenges. We want career. And I have cleaned 3 things so far. I've cleaned the van. I've cleaned the backyard, which you've seen in other power wash videos, and I've also cleaned the first house you may have also seen. But now we're going to go into another one that you may have seen in the past, the playground. I've cleaned a little bit of that. Let's go ahead and go in, sit back on my couch here, and I'll give you a little bit of a tour of Power Wash Simulator VR. This game is really chill, and what I really like about this too is I can wear my headset and wear my aftershocks at the same time, and so I can just turn my volume down on the headset so I don't hear a lot of spraying so much, but you know, I keep it on so I can hear a little cha-ching when I complete something. But I listen to podcasts and audiobooks, and yeah, I've put a bit of time in this game since I've got my Quest. I've had it for, well, since Tuesday. I'm recording this on Friday. So yeah, I've had it like 3 days. I've probably put a few hours into this game already. So let's go ahead and pop right in here. Okay, and we are here. Thankfully, I am very, very happy. We have movement and look options, and because Chris picked it up as a surprise when he got me the headset, he actually went and configured, just because, like, in case I couldn't see it well enough, adjusted the movement so I can move. I can look around freely with my right analog stick. I can move smoothly with my left analog stick, just like I would with any standard flat screen video game. There's my ladder, and I got my hands here. So on my right I got, of course, my power washer, and on the left hand side I've got I've got a little 11%. I've got there's my money, and this button right up on the left side will let me do like readjust my height. So if it gets all wiggy, I can make myself kind of taller, or adjust my height. And then you can choose your locomotive. Do you want teleport? Do you want smooth movement? And I love looking at my hand here. Like, apparently it looks like I don't have any fingernails. That's weird. Almost like a porcelain doll. It's really like his hand is really shiny. But yeah, we got our hands here, and let's go clean some stuff. So I can, on my left hand, if I hit my top face button, there is my indicator. My cleaning indicator tells me what I have dirty. On my right hand side, you see the power wash here, but also when I aim it at something, this is where it tells me. So if I can get close to it, I can see it, but it's awkward because in order to get it, I have to move my arm really weird so I can aim and be able to read what it is. But you see the little bar there, so I can tell how much of that item is left to clean. So what I like about PowerWash Simulator VR is the fact that I can let me turn that off here. So I can click my right analog stick and I can go to partial crouch, full crouch. So if I need to get down and I don't want to literally go like lay on the ground or whatever, I can just do that. Boom, boom, boom. So I've got a lot of good movement options. But what's cool is on the flat screen version, you have, you had your rotate for your nozzle, and you can still do that if I interact with it. I take my left hand and go pink. There we go, I can rotate it. But literally, I can just move my hand. Look at this. I can move it in any direction, just like I would anything else. So, like, okay, let's go over here. Just going to clean some surface on the ground here. Our yellow. I should actually walk over and clean some. Yeah, let me go over and clean something smaller, so we can see. We did that garbage can. If I click this, I can run. Clean that bench. I know we got a couple other benches over here. I wanted to clean that outer rim, so I got that done so far. Let's go clean this bench and this garbage can real quick. So it looks pretty filthy. Now, if I use there's the trigger and then the lower trigger. I forget exactly what they're called. But if I hit the top trigger, I can manually hold it down and spray. But, I'm cleaning a big surface. I don't want to hold the thing down. I can just hit the lower trigger, and now I'm not holding any button. I can wave the controller in any direction. I can hit my left button here, or only the button on my left hand to check my status here. Again, I can just use my power washer at any angle. I'm just making little small movements with my wrist, with my hand here. I feel like Bob Ross with standing at the bush over here. Okay, let's go ahead and crouch. And let's go ahead and snip this inside of this bench real fast. Okay, that should be pretty clean. Let me crouch one more time because there might be a little bit under. And what's cool is, like, I could be higher up. Let's say I'm this high. I could just take my hand and go, and I can clean the underside of that little lip that's standing out against the, or on the side of the bench there. So let's crouch down a little bit again, and let's go ahead and clean the underside so we can see it. It's an oddly, again, a very zen experience. And it's cool because I can literally, let's say that I'm making a big wide swath of, using my washer. I could be spraying over here and look over on the right hand side at the same time, hit my my indicator button and look back over here to make sure I didn't have any skips or something. So you can kind of actually multitask. You can kind of look away from where you're cleaning. And look at this. I can lean my head literally under the bench because it's fully 3D now. Oh, we got another spot there. Okay, I don't see any orange. I don't think. There we go. Let's go ahead and clean on that. So for the most part, I'm very happy with the overall low vision accessibility of PowerWash Simulator. However, there are a couple areas where there are definitely going to be, and basically that is, again, looking at the tablet or any sort of UI once I've started a job. That is a problem. I wish that they would make the tablet, again, just like if I could hold the tablet, like I have this wrist thing up right here. When I hit the tablet button, if I would just be like holding the tablet or whatever, and I could do that with either hand and, use it, because then I can get it as close as I want to. Now watch what happens when I hit the menu button. If I try to get closer, it's a set distance. I have absolutely zero prayer of reading anything. I can tell that there are, like, I can see that there's highlight. But again, on the flat screen version of this game, you know, I would, once I get down to the last, like, you know, 2% or something like that, I would have to go through and be like, okay, what am I missing? What haven't I cleaned yet? You know, and especially once all of these things are sort of lit up, it's really tough to tell and highlight the one, because if I click on one of these, you know, it'll be like, oh, let's highlight that particular item. And then when I go into the world, it'll flash. So that is a very helpful thing, but being able to select the proper item here is a very difficult, if not impossible, thing for me. So I kind of have to just click and hope I find. I click, and if I'm in the general area, hopefully something that's glows orange so I know that something's there, then I can go look and see. And the only other thing that I could do is I could take a screenshot, which is what Chris recommended, is I can, you know, again, here we go with our VR workarounds again. I can literally take a screenshot and then go to my gallery and then look up on my phone and try to magnify and read what items I'm missing. So there is a way to do it, but again, it's clunky, it takes extra time, it's annoying. So, okay, I think we got that. Clean this bench here. Yay, okay, bench is done. Let's get up. There we go. And this garbage can shouldn't take too long here. I don't think I have to go too much longer in this video. Like I said, I've used PowerWash video. I've done a spotlight video for it. I've done, like, back when I was streaming, I would use that as the backdrop for like event videos. I think I did like an end of year wrap up or something, or event. I know I've done event videos for this, so yeah, we got our nice little, we'll just quickly wash the front of our garbage can. Oh, should be able to get that. There we go. Really? Out spot. See, I can literally take my nozzle and go, okay, let me get that stupid little wedge, because it's not coming out. And so just go ahead and, okay, we're missing there we go. And yeah, we can I grab the soccer ball? Can I? No, it won't let me grab it. Oh. No, it won't let me grab it, but I can push it with my power washer. I can... There we go. But I can grab... Oh yeah, if I move the right analog stick forward, that's how I jump. So you can still jump in VR. And again, they do have more comfort settings, so if you want to teleport and you get motion sick, you don't have to free move, but I very much prefer personally. So my ladder and my stool, I can take my left trigger and I can just grab it and then click it again. I'll drop it over here. There we go. You know, grab my ladder. Hey, there's my ladder. Yay. Plop it down. Or if I see, you know, again, the ladder, if I see the little orange outline, I can put it down and then it'll be right where it needs to be. So let's see, what was I gonna say? There was one more so the tablet stuff is really hard for me to see, and the other part that is really difficult is you know, unfortunately they don't let you see it until you get down to 1%. Once you get down to 1% left of your job, you'll get some extra lines here below these controls on your left hand, and it will tell you like the last 3 items that you have left to clean. And again, that's beautiful because then I can get close up and I can read what those are. But unfortunately, you can't do that. I wish that maybe there could be a setting where you could enable, instead of showing just the last 3 items, maybe always show 3 items that you're closest to and their percentage. Even just having 3 items, and then you could show like what the percentage is, and that would work really well, because then I could get close to it and I would know what the heck it is I was supposed to be cleaning. But yeah, so like I can't see that. You can't see the menus, and you can't see the tablet once you've started a job. That is really unfortunate. And just being able to select something from your tablet so you can see what is shiny, what is flashing, and say, hey, you still need to clean this. At least I have this. But again, when you get down to that like 5% or so, and you don't know what the heck tiny little speck you're missing, that can be frustrating. So, I can use Windows Magnifier if I'm on the PC version, but now that I'm on this standalone headset, it's not quite so easy. So there are a little bit of frustration with it. I'm thinking, again, I'm really curious how is it like the mayor's house, where they have you behind the fence? That's gonna suck, because that you have to be far away from that in order to make that work. And so getting those last specs is going to be a real doozy. I'm kind of fearful of that particular level. And again, some of these ones you have to be very, very fine detail. But otherwise, I've had really good luck. I've been able to just sit back, relax, listen to some books or podcasts, and play through my PowerWash jobs again. And it's great because, again, let's say that there's something that I need to get a little bit closer for, but I can't reach it. I can literally not only angle my hand at any direction, but like, oh, I need to get a little bit closer. Let me reach out and do that, or let me get up there and just look up at the ceiling or look up at the sky, and like look in whatever direction I want to, need to, and it works great. I love it. So we'll clean the front of this real quick here. Well, we got most of the front of it here. Get the ropes. We got those. So now we gotta, actually that would be a good way to try to go underneath and just see, again, you're having the whole spatial 3D aspect of this now, where now I can crouch and again, I'll just turn my hand. My little indicator here. Okay, come on, you stupid muck. Come on. Okay, hang on. Why are you being dumb? Okay, that was being a little stubborn. I was getting stuck on there a little bit. Whoa, hi. Clipping a little bit there. Alright, get the side of that. nice colorful surface on the ground. Come on. Get that rope. I'm purposely kind of doing it at weird angles so you guys, again, can just see how it's different and how, like, again, I don't have to move as much as my character in the game like I would on the PC version, but instead, I move myself. There we go. And there we go. We got our little rope ladder. And I think that is where we will wrap it up because, I mean, you've seen PowerWash Simulator before, but I figure what a fitting and addictive game to start my journey of VR content again. Again, I really wish I could have shown you the screen reader, but for some reason when you do recording with, it does not pick up the text-to-speech. So I would have to do like a video with my phone or something, which I might try to do. I'm not quite sure how I would do that. And once I figure out if I start mirroring to my computer again, I haven't even looked at doing that yet because I'm like, hey, if I don't have to touch my computer as much and I can just use it wirelessly as a standalone device, it's just convenient. It's really nice. So, you know, I did give you an overview. Watch my June 2025 update. And toward the end of that video, I go on a lot more depth about what the screen reader does and does not read at the moment. So, yeah, that is PowerWash Simulator VR. Again, just a nice chill game. I figured it would be easy to do. Again, I'm recording directly, not even through my computer. I'm recording this on my Quest because they do have a controller shortcut to start recording and take screenshots. So I'm just doing it right on my Quest itself, and yeah, we're doing it. So now I will also be able to show you the game that has a lot more accessibility. I wouldn't necessarily call it blind accessible, but for low vision it's very helpful. The wonderful folks at Alchemy Labs, I can play Cosmonius High now. So with that, I think we will wrap it up here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. You can give it a like if you did. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, Blue Sky at Illegally Cited, illegally-cited.com, and right here on YouTube. And so if all goes well, hopefully I will be able to be back and do more VR videos for you guys in the future. So anyway, we'll wrap it up here, and until next time, I will chat with everybody again later.